So look, y'all, that's not even the half of it. So this is the other part. So today, that's how I kind of found out that this was a woman. So they started talking about it like this is a woman that did this stuff. This a woman that set this stuff up. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I told y'all. I told y'all this when we find out to the end, it's gonna be a black woman that wants some type of attention, a black woman that think this is funny. They got the whole school set up, y'all. Like when I was living with these, so they got grandmothers in every classroom. I guess they call them mom or grandma or whatever. What else they got going on? I'm talking about just like our house, y'all. Just like it's at our house. This stuff is from our house. This is from 5305 Belmont. Like we were living there as a home, as it was a home. Privacy in the house. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We were hostages at this house. They using the stuff like they gonna use it for the school. So then after that, that's when this older man, like Mr. Lightfoot, he found out, well, I'm a big part of East St. Louis. So they found out that my sister, or the girl that's supposedly my sister, is in the office. So she was kidnapped. I've been telling them for real, she kidnapped. I ain't said nothing to her because they kidnapped my son and gave my son to her. Y'all see what I'm saying? That she living on welfare. I'm living with a job. Y'all see what I'm talking about? So anyway, okay, so they kidnapped my son, give my son to her, and lie, make up all these lies and stuff. So ain't nothing true. None of the stuff true. So he sat there, Mr. Lightfoot sat there thinking to himself. Now look, we driving down the street. I know everything about every part of East St. Louis because I got family in every part of East St. Louis, from the projects to Washington Park to down here in the oil wells, and I'm the poor person that's around everything that's being recorded, all the conversations. That's how everybody want to act like Candy and all this stuff. And y'all, I can't pop the people that be acting like Candy because I'll pop them. I'm not playing. So listen, we drive down the street and we get past the senior citizen building. He say the senior citizens building is closed. Now look, he not from here. So I said, no, it's not. I said, that's it. I say it's just a place where we use it for parties and stuff like that. We use it for after the wedding, you know what I'm saying, like all that different stuff. So he's like, what, they don't have funding? I was like, that's not what it's for. It's actually just a place where they use it for parties and stuff. Oh, this city, it looks like it used to be so much. It did. It really did used to be a lot, especially with Billy and Thief. Billy and Thief fun. Y'all see what I'm saying? They didn't want the fun no more with Billy and Thief. Y'all see what I'm saying? They gonna hold Thief hostage, kill Billy. Now, you don't want none of that no more. Y'all want the drugs and the prostitutes and all that stuff, okay? Because they want to be with June. Okay, then. So, I say that's why the city messed up, because when they killed the person that owned the stuff in the city, they ended up, like, just trying to. So, okay, y'all. So, I tell him about the senior citizens building. Then I tell him about my school, because look, this just going down State Street. Anybody from East St. Louis know exactly what I'm talking about. So, my school it's by Blackman. So my school, Morrison, I went to Morrison Elementary. I always forget what street it is. I think it's 57, something like that. But anyway, we going down the street. So then, you see what I'm saying? I show him the school. Then I show him 53rd. Like I show him where I lived at on 53rd. Then I keep going. We keep going. And he say, well, was East Side? Did they move East Side? Nope. It's always been there. They just made it bigger. So, see, he thinking about Lincoln. That's how I was thinking, too. Y'all see what I'm saying? I said, and then I show him, like, he say, oh, now, look, we passed one of the Army building, the old Army building. It was, like, part of the National Guard or something like that. So, we passed the old Army building. That's on the left across the street from East Side. I say, nah, that used to be the Army building. Like, that's where the people used to be at. The barracks, right? So then we go down a little further. I show him where we used to take the Army test at. I show him St. Mary's. Like, okay, St. Mary's, that was used to be a hospital. Now they used to tell people don't go there. I showed him Red Fox, okay? Then he say, well, was this always here? Now look, we going over the viaduct. I say, no, we call this the viaduct. I say, and then up 30, so Rice House, they stay open like late in the middle of the night. I say it didn't used to. I say that used to be the Rice House on 31st Street. Now look, this where he done stole the stuff from my family on 31st Street. He done stole this from my auntie and Ozell and all that stuff, cause his name Lightfoot, and granddaddy used to say, which is Ozell Shields, he used to say, oh, foot. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, like I said, Billy my daddy, Ozell my granddaddy. So he used to be all foot. He always, well, they be, oh, Mr. Lightfoot. No, they did. No, they didn't. You talking about Ozell. That ain't nothing they used to do. And I was there. I had to be there because that's the only way you could hear the conversation. So listen. So I say, okay, they're on 31st Street. This the main rice house we used to go to. I say, then if we needed any rations or anything, we go to which y'all know government cheese and stuff like that. We go to the National Guard. That's right there. So I say, no, you can go and make this left right here because that's before 25th Street. He's like, yeah, because you stay on this side. Look, he can't never remember. He with me all the time. You ain't never lived here a day in your life, y'all. He always got something to say because he lying. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That man went crazy today when he found out that I had family at that school. I told him, I said, you know what? Then I was telling him when I got out the car, I said, you know what? Some of them women at the school, I used to be over their house playing when I was little. They used to stop me at their house and play, y'all. I'm not joking. Like, I play with everybody. I'm not playing. My family didn't know what was going on. Nick and Terrell and Carl and T can't tell you nothing for real about me. I used to be all up in Washington